Alright guys, I've been playing a bunch of Achilles and came up with a really fun build that gives you a bunch of HP and sustain. So let's go ahead and get into it. Let's get straight into the build. I like starting with Bluestone Pendant. I upgrade that into Bluestone Brooch. Other very good starter items are Tainted Steel and War Flag. Off the top of my head, those are my two favorite as well. I like grabbing Sovereignty. It did receive a slight nerf, but I think it's still a really good item. It gives you 250 health and 40 physical protections. It also gives your allies physical protections and HP 5 just by being around you, which is really good. The next item I like to get is Soul Eater, which gives you 25 physical power, 10% physical lifesteal, 10% physical pen, and 10% cooldown reduction. And when it's fully stacked, which is 100 stacks because it did receive a nerf, it gives you, let's see, it gives you 20% of damage dealt to your targets as healing. It used to be 25%, but it did receive a very slight nerf. Next item I like to get is Glad Shield, giving you 20 physical power, 40 physical protections, 250 health, and 10% cooldown reduction. And the passive is when you deal damage with an ability, you deal 15 plus 35% of your protections from items and abilities as damage on your ability, which is just really good, giving that bonus ability damage, especially on Achilles. The next item I like to get is Shogun because it gives you attack speed and cooldown reduction. With this, you have 30% cooldown reduction, which is really nice. Now, it gives you 50 magical protection, 150 health, 20 MP5, 10% cooldown reduction, and your allies gain a 30% increase in their attack speed for just being around you, which is really nice. And it increases your attack speed, so it's very useful when you're fighting people in between your abilities, just basic attack. It's very useful. Next item I like to get is Mail of Renewal, which gives you 250 health, 15 HP 5, 30 physical and magical protections, and every time you get hit with an enemy ability or basic attack, it gives you a stack of protections. When you get 5 stacks, you get an immediate heal for 15% of your maximum HP. Now, on top of that, it gives you this aura effect that pulsates when it heals you to your allies, giving them 15% of their maximum HP over 10 seconds, which is really, really good. Other really good items on Achilles are Manticore Spike, which gives you a spike on the ground that you pick up that deals bonus damage based off your max HP. And with this build, you will be having, let's see, 3.8k, close to 4k. A lot of HP, so Manticore Spike might be worth the pickup. Midgardian Mail's also really good because every time you get hit with a basic attack, it lowers the enemy's attack speed and movement speed. Great against hunters or any warriors building auto attack speed, or Hawkwong, or anybody attack speed based, basically. Pestilence is anti-heal, don't have to explain that. And Magi's Cloak's really good because you get a free crowd control eaten by this every 70 seconds, which is really good and extremely useful. And it upgrades. But here we are. Magi's Revenge is the one I like to get. You could get Magi's Shelter. Magi's Shelter buffs your allies. Magi's Revenge debuffs your enemies. Other damage items if you want them. Hydra, if I could spell Hydra, bruh. Hydra's Laminate is really good. It's basically the physical version of Polynomicon. And Heartseeker gives you extra bonus damage on your abilities, which is really good and useful. Now, with Soul Eater and Mail of Renewal, you'll be able to sustain heavily with this build. And if you want to throw a little bit of extra damage on there, I won't stop you. It's a lot of fun building some damage on Achilles. Now let's talk about Relics. I like getting Shell, which is just a no-brainer. Shell is just fire. You could always get Phantom Shell, but I prefer Fortifying Shell. Now, Horrific Emblem is very good on Achilles because it slows your enemies and they just can't move very well. But I like getting Heavenly Wings because it increases your allies' movement speed and your movement speed, of course. It's very nice, especially for chasing down people running for their lives when the Achilles execute mark comes on them, because they're going to run for the hills immediately. You could always get like Frenzy, which is fun, but please don't get Thorns. Thorns is the worst relic in the game. It's boo-boo trash. Please do not get this. You will be botting. But if you guys like this type of content, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later.